James Ease was the kind of man who believed too much in people. The type of man who thought that love could cure all things, even madness, even greed, even toxicity. He grew up in a humble home in Nasuka. His father was a carpenter. His mother sold a kara in front of their house. They didn't have much, but they had peace. So James grew up believing love was about commitment, compromise, and most importantly, never giving up. He carried that mindset into adulthood, into his career, into every relationship, and unfortunately, into his biggest mistake. Her name was Sonia. From the moment he saw her at the wedding in Lagos, his sense went on vacation. She wore a red silk gown that made her look like she descended from Mount Olympus to collect hearts. Her nails looked like they were carved from gold, her lashes long enough to shade a window, and her perfume announced her presence before she entered any room. She laughed at his jokes. She held his arm like she meant it. And when she said, "You're different from other guys," James fell. Hard. Dating her was the beginning of his undoing. Their relationship started like a dream. Late night calls, Instagram comments, dinner dates she never paid for. James would send her airtime at midnight just because her voice sounded tired. If she mentioned wanting something, he'd buy it. Shoes, weaves, phones, even her rent at some point. But behind the fine face and filtered pictures was a hurricane in heels. She hated his apartment, said it was too local. She never visited without complaining. She never cooked, even once. The one time she attempted, she posted it on IG story with the caption, "Wife material? Just 1% a beg." I'm not built for the kitchen life. When James talked about saving money or starting a project, she rolled her eyes. "You and this your builder mentality. I want a soft life, not cement and dust." His boys noticed early. Frank pulled him aside one night and said, "Omo, this babe no go last in the rain with you. She go run when the storm come." Depot added, "She's dating your wallet, not your heart." James laughed, brushed it off. "She just needs time to adjust," he said. "She didn't grow up like us." The pregnancy that wasn't real, 6 months in, she told him she was pregnant. James went from builder to husband in 0.5 seconds. He rushed introductions, paid bride price, spent money like a madman. The wedding? He went all out, rented a Rolls Royce for the photo shoot, even hired a saxophonist to play Perfect by Ed Sheeran during their first dance. He wanted her to feel loved. That pregnancy never existed. When he found out, she said she had a miscarriage, cried fake tears. He forgave her because love. The marriage was hell in human form. Barely 2 months into the marriage, James started fading. Sonia demanded everything. He bought her a new iPhone, and the next week she said, "Baby, it's already old. The 14 Pro just dropped." She refused to work, said she didn't want stress wrinkles. Yet she expected James to pay for her skincare routine. 85,000 naira every month. Her Instagram became a shrine of fake life, posing beside people's cars, pretending to be on flights she never took. James? He just kept working, coming home late, tired, hungry. She never cooked, never cleaned, never kissed him unless it was his birthday or he had money. She disrespected him in front of visitors, called him just a civil engineer when angry, even accused him of being stingy the day he said no to a 250,000 naira bag. He didn't sleep well. He started smoking small, then drinking. Every weekend, he'd sit at the same spot at Pablo's bar and drown himself in gin, trying to remember what love felt like. The collapse one night, after a fight about Sonia spending 80,000 naira on bone-straight hair for her birthday while the rent was due, James broke down. Not physically, mentally. He sat on the floor, clutching his head, muttering, "I'm tired," over and over again. She walked past him like he was the TV stand. Not one hug, not one question. Just, "A beg, don't make noise. I'm going to bed." That was the night he slept outside, on the balcony, alone. His last days. He stopped smiling at work, lost 2 major contracts, got demoted. Friends stopped calling because he wouldn't listen. One day, Frank texted, "Bro, I miss you, but you're killing yourself for someone who wouldn't even cry if you die." James left it on red. Then one rainy Thursday, He got home drenched and found Sonia packing. Not to leave him, but to go to Abuja for a weekend. Girls hang out. He said, "You didn't even ask how I am." She replied, "You're always not fine. What's new?" He collapsed the next morning in the bathroom, dead before they got to the hospital. Autopsy, heart attack, brought on by stress, depression, and alcohol abuse. 37 years old, no kids, no legacy, just a stressed heart and a photo on his wife's page with a caption, "Rip to my love. Life is so unfair." She posted it with a filter. What did she do after? 2 months later, she was in Dubai with another man, wearing James's funeral shoes in a club, the real punch in the gut. When they opened James's private notes on his laptop, he had written, "Maybe if I loved myself as much as I loved her, I'd still be alive." Moral of the story? Don't love people so much that you forget yourself. Don't ignore red flags because of what your heart wants. Your peace is priceless. If someone costs you your sanity, smile, and soul, leave. Marry peace, no pressure, or die trying. If it smells like Wahala, looks like Wahala, and walks like Wahala. It's not perfume, my guy. It's red flag. Marry peace, not pressure, or end up like James, dead inside long before the grave.